How do we open those floodgates of abundance and deliberately, joyously create the reality that we want in our lives? How do we attract the things that we want? How do we live the life of our dreams? How do we use this divine power that I've been talking about for a few days now? And how do we attract the things that we want, that we really want? Well, we're going to talk about that tonight. This is Tom Kieran with the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness in San Diego, California, where we help you level up and become a better version of yourself. Welcome back, guys. It's November 25th, 2020. It's Wednesday evening, and I want to talk about the be, do, and have paradigm. Often I say you can be, do, or have anything you want with this divine creative power, the seed that you have, that we all have, right? We're always creating. I talked about this. This creative power is always on, but we're not always consciously creating. We're not always deliberately creating what we want, right? Many times, and most times, we're creating things that we don't want. We're unconsciously creating our realities. We're probably doing a little mix of both, right? And so tonight I want to talk about the be, do, and have paradigm. This has been talked about by several spiritual teachers. Neil Donald Walsh, Conversations with God, does a very good job on that. Other spiritual teachers, Abraham Hicks talks about be, do, and have often. So tonight I want to talk about the be, do, and have paradigm. But first let's talk about what we're doing. Because what we do is we reverse the be, do, and have paradigm. So instead of it's be, doing, have, instead of focusing on our state of being first, instead of getting in that happy place, that joyful place, that place of abundance, that place of compassion, that place of utter gratefulness, we start here in the having, in the wanting, in the desiring, in the lackful place. If I only had more money, time, love, then I can finally do what I want to do, pursue my passion, write a book, take a vacation, travel, and finally I'll be happy, inspired, free, loving, and passionate. So we do this have, do, and be. If I've only had these things, I could do these things that I want to do, and then I would be happy. Guys, I know this resonates with you, and you probably can think of a half a dozen people right at the top of your head that talk like this, like we all do. I used to too. If I only had this, I would do this, and then I would finally be happy. That elusive happiness, you never get there. Why? Because we're stuck here. We're stuck in lack. We're stuck in wanting. We're stuck in that supplication state where we don't get what we want because we can never do what we want and we can never be happy as a result. This is what we're stuck in. Not all the time, but many times this is what trips us up with the law of attraction, with the law of cause and effect, with all the laws of the universe, but really with creation, because creation is what we do. We're creators, and we want to deliberately create our own reality. So how do we do it? How do we get out of this? How do we, instead of reversing the paradigm, how do we follow the be, do, and have paradigm as it was intended to be? Well, we're going to talk about that. So the be, do, and have paradigm, this really does open the floodgates to abundance. What you got to start from the being place. You got to feel this. You got to feel happy, feel loving, feel peaceful, feel inspired, successful, passionate, wise. Then from that place, you start doing the things that you love to do. And then this stuff comes to you. This stuff comes to you because you're in that state of being. And then you're able to do the things you want to do. Guys, you can't get there from the having, from the wanting. Right? This is the be, do, and have paradigm. You got to be here first. You got to be in that being place. Your soul speaks in feelings, in being. It doesn't care what you do. Doing is not what it's about, guys. Doing's fun, but it's the being that creates. That's the creative seed. It's not the doing. I talked about being in and out in the physical world. You can accomplish some things, right? We talked about that unaligned creation, or sometimes aligned creation. But it's puny and minuscule compared to what you create when you're aligned, when you're feeling these higher level emotions, these good feelings of creation. So this is how we normally operate. If I only had love, money, time, and we end up in this lack, this wanting and needing, this is our trap. That's a trap that we feel that we can never get out of. Because and you're saying, well, if I had this stuff, I would be happy. But that's not how the universe works. That's not how the universal laws work. So what do? You choose. You choose. Instead of saying I want, instead of you in your prayers saying, God, I want this, I need this, I really want this, I really need this. Use your prayers as to be grateful, to thank God for having it. Or if you can't get there on having it, if you can't believe that, which you should, thank God for it being on the way, for things going your way. Thank you, God, for the money that I know that is coming to me. Thank you for the success that I know that I'm going to experience. Thank you for the love of the life that I'm going to meet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As it's already in process, because it is. It's already created. It's already there. You've got to get in the energy place to create it. You've got to get in the being place to create it. We know these people. We know who they are. And there's the others that always seem to be happy and always seem to have everything in abundance. Everything they want. They have more time, money, and love than they could ever wish for. Why? They're not happy because of that. They're happy and kind, and that's why they have it. You've got to go from having directly to being. Directly to being. Once you go directly to being, and you do that by choosing, intention, and choice. So your prayer should be, I choose this, God. I choose to have a lot of money. Thank you for making that money available to me. Thank you for being on the way if it's money. Thank you for the love that's coming to my life. Thank you for the great experiences that I have with my friends. Thank you for the great job, the great promotion. Right? Thank you for lining up this new business. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I know you're going to open up the doors for me. I know, God, that it's pre-paved, that you're going to lead me to the path of least resistance, and I'm going to have a successful business. Thank you. That's what gratitude. Gratitude gets you there immediately. So you got to go from having, from need, from lack, from want, directly to being. Then you can have anything you want. It's going to flow into your experience like crazy. You won't even know how, you won't even be able to use it or spend it fast enough. If you get into this idea that not want, choose, and we're going to talk more about praying and the better way to pray, right? Because when you're praying from supplication, when you're praying from need, from lack, you get more, God answers you with more lack, more need, and more wanting. So you've got to pray being thankful for what you have, and then you're going to get more of it. That's how it works, guys. That's the paradox. But once you go straight to being, then you start doing these things. Doors open. The universe starts working with you, right? It's always working with you, but it's going to start being the things that you desire because you're in the attraction of abundance. You're in the attraction, you're in the energy of abundance. You're in the energy of happiness. You're in the energy of love. How do you attract your ideal love if you're not in a state of love? You've got to feel love. You've got to feel loving to attract love, guys. Who's going to want to love you if you're not loving? You got to be love. You are love. And that attracts love. So whatever it is, you got to go to the being place. That's why. That's the be, do, and have paradigm. That's what happens. We have it reversed. And so the quickest way to get there is by choosing intention and using gratitude as that layer, that base layer, that base creative layer that you can always rely on. You can't go wrong by being being in gratitude, being grateful. It works, guys. It works. So the be, do, and have paradigm is a way to open the floodgates to abundance. It's go from having directly to being. Doing will come. Doing will come when you get into this being. Believe me, when you're feeling inspired, abundant, peaceful, compassionate, wise, all of that, when you're those things, you're going to attract it all. When you feel rich, you will be rich. You are rich. We are. It's not just about money and things. It's about that, and more importantly, it's your state of being. It's all to feel good. So guys, this is what I wanted to share with you. It's called the be, do, and have paradigm. Lots of spiritual teachers have talked about this, right? And it's very powerful. Most of the time we have it reversed, right? We're going to talk more about this. But that's what I wanted to share with you tonight. Don't forget to hit our subscribe button. That's me in the headset. You'll see a little cartoon of me come up. Hit the notification button so you don't miss a Be Something Wonderful video. And please like the video. That's how we get our message out. This is Tom Kieran with the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become a better version of yourself. Until next time.